So all black men are overseers. They are the white man's slave. All they do is sell out their community. Look at Malcolm X. He was killed by a black man. The only thing you gotta do to black men is give them $20, a pack of Newport cigarettes, one Newport cigarette, and give them a fucking chicken wing, and they will sell out their black community. They will sell out their children, their women, other black men. They'll probably shoot another black man. It's like they just have no loyalty to their community, but they always cry racism, systematic oppression, redlining, all that stuff. So did you ever notice that black men always sell out their community? Like they don't own anything. They never own anything. They don't own their own sports. They don't own their own music. They don't own their own talent. And they always sell out their community and work for white people, but then they blame black people for stuff. They blame black women for stuff. It's like own your own music and stuff and then call somebody out. But you can't even own that. So Karl Malone, a black man in the NBA, impregnated a 13-year-old girl. Emphasis on 13 years old. And this is the thing. He's still walking around free and nobody is talking about it. And we all know black men are predators. They are super predators. They prey on women that are financially unstable in different countries. That's why you hear the passport bros. They touch women all the time. They think that they are allowed to do it. Like, these men are predators, and they need to really call this man out in the NBA because they're justifying his behavior. He needs to be locked up in jail for touching a 13-year-old girl anyway. So if you date a black man, you're going to end up a baby mother no matter what race you are. If you're a black woman, if you're a white woman, if you're a trans woman, if you're a Latino Asian, you're going to end up a baby mother because they don't value family. They don't have a family culture. They have a baby daddy, baby mother culture. So you're going to end up that no matter who you are, you're not special. So stay away from them. So if trans people have to use the boys' bathroom, then black people should have to use, heterosexual black people should have to use the colored bathroom. That just makes sense. If I have to use the man bathroom, you have to use the colored bathroom because you're colored. And yes, my gender identity is just as important as your race because I'm a black trans woman. And me being trans is important. So you use the colored bathroom, I'll use the man bathroom, and we'll all be happy. Your colored ass could be in a colored bathroom. So black men are mediocre. They don't have high school diplomas. They drop out of high schools. They can't get jobs. They don't own their own talents. They cost the U.S. government $60 billion a year. They don't take care of their kids. They have multiple kids. It's like they're not even mediocre. They're below fucking average. You don't do shit right. You're worse than I did call white people mediocre, but black men are very fucking mediocre. It's like, bitch, do something right, then run your mouth. Like, stop being so mediocre. So O'Shea Duke Jackson did a video about Tia Mowry, and he was mad because she was looking for another man. She was embracing her sexuality. She's being sexy again, and she was always the sexy twin, and Tamara was the cutesy twin. But he's mad because she's looking for another guy, and she said it, and she was petty, and she should have told her husband to go back to the bus stop where she found his black ass. But O'Shea is mad because she's acting sexual on Instagram, and she's going to have more opportunities and get more men. And he does not want her to be able to come up off of that black man. Look at O'Shea Duke Jackson. He went to Africa. He still can't get a girl. He's ugly. He's balding. He needs to stay in his place. He knows not to show his face on the camera. So this passport bro, a black man, a dusty criminal black man, went to the Dominican Republic. And he tried to get back home, but he's stranded, and now he's on YouTube, and he's begging for $100 to get back home. And that's what the fuck he get. They think they're a catch. They think that people want them, and nobody wants them. Nobody wants to date a black man. They're not going overseas to get women. They're getting dusty. These niggas, like, he needs to stay overseas. I'm glad he's stuck over there because he realized it's not what he expected it to be, and he needs to stay his ass there. So Natalie Nunn fought Tommy Lee. Well, Tommy Lee just grabbed her wig and beat her ass, but apparently Natalie Rowley and another girl went to a Chris Brown concert, and she got them backstage, and Tommy Lee came backstage, and she was acting a mess, and I think she was banging on the door, and she was like, fuck Chris Brown and his baby, and she made them look bad, and then out of nowhere, she decided to fight Natalie. Now, I do believe it because Rowley was telling a story. Natalie, her wig was snatched off, and she gets beat up. She always gets beat up every time. Like, nobody, that's not a surprise. But I do believe that Tommy was acting a mess. She's always a drunk mess, and she beat her daughter up. Like, that girl needs to get it together. So Lord Duval, a black man, said he was going to dog his daughter out when she becomes 10 years old and she gets on her period. And when I heard that, I was like, black men are super predators. They are bad fathers. They don't know what they are doing. Who would say some stuff like that? It reminds me of the comments T.I. made about his daughter. Like, why would you dog? Don't have a baby by them. They are super predators. Just like Joe Biden said, they are super predators. They even fly to different countries to prey on women. Don't date them. So Lord Duval, a black man, said he was going to dog his daughter out when she becomes 10 years old and she gets on her period. And when I heard that, I was like, black men are super predators. They are bad fathers. They don't know what they are doing. Who would say some stuff like that? It reminds me of the comments T.I. made about his daughter. Like, why would you dog? Don't have a baby by them. They are super predators. Just like Joe Biden said, they are super predators. They even fly to different countries to prey on women. Don't date them. So black men, they don't have to take responsibility for anything. They don't have to take responsibility for being bad fathers. They don't have to take responsibility for not being educated. They don't have to take responsibility for not only their own talent, for not only one football team, one basketball team. They don't have to take responsibility for not being there for their kids. They don't have to take responsibility for anything that they do, not committing crimes, not killing each other. It's always somebody else's fault. If they kill somebody, it's the system. If they don't own their own talent, it's the system of white supremacy. If they don't take care of their kids, it's the system. If they not a man, it's the system. It's always somebody else's fault. There's no accountability whatsoever. And this is for heterosexual black men that are in heterosexual relationships with women. Take accountability.